Welcome to Sovcast. I am your host, Jeff, and I am a Sov, or Seeker of Veritas. Veritas meaning truth. This time in Wait What? There's good news. Go and see the wizard. Then in hard thrusting news, Dean and Ventura have to put up with an SE Cupp of bullshit. And the dope box. Then in elementary graduate, Republicans make Andrew Jackson proud. And Richard's a bit of a dick. Then in Oedipal Earth, they tell us to pull ourselves up by our bootstraps while they're hoisted high by a golden crane. Then in cool shit, I'll tell you how to use others' narrow visions for broad applications. Then in Darwin Weeps, instead of a guilty conscience, a Florida man suffers from a guilty imagination. Then we will finish with a stroke of potluck, and out with the old toys and in with the new, in a segment I call Not Noteworthy News. But first, wait, what? There's good news. Go and see the wizard. If this next clip doesn't turn you into a Bernie Sanders supporter, then you need to go see the wizard, because you're missing a brain, a heart, or courage.
Here's the simple truth, that in America we have millions and millions of working people who are working hard but are not making enough money to put bread on the table or to take care of their kids, and that has got to end.
Today, all over America, you got mom working, you got dad working, occasionally you have the kids working, and we still don't have enough money to pay the bills. Something is fundamentally wrong about that. The problems we face did not come down from the heavens. They are made by bad human decisions. And good human decisions can change them. It is time that the United States of America join the rest of the industrialized world and guaranteed health care to all people as a right, not a privilege. Given the incredible wealth and income inequality in America today, we need fair elections, which means public funding of elections. My Republican friends just decided to put another $38 billion into the military. Maybe we can cut military spending a little bit and put it into education. 100 years ago, women didn't have the right to vote. Change takes place because people struggle. Within the next month, I will introduce legislation that will make every public college and public university tuition free. I am in this business because I have 4 beautiful kids and I have 7 beautiful grandchildren. And like you, I want to make sure that the world that we leave them is a beautiful world where people can live full and dignified lives. I don't want to see a world where people are struggling and stepping all over each other. And we can do it. We can provide health care to all of our people. We can create decent paying jobs. We can reverse climate change and transform our energy system. We can raise wages. We can make sure that every person in this country gets the education they need and desire. This is not some type of utopian dream. It can happen. It really can. But it will not happen unless we stand up and fight back for not only ourselves, but for our kids and future generations. Let's do it.
Pretty Fly for a Rabbi by Weird Al Yankovic.
Arms for a leper.
Arms for leper.
Arms for an ex-leper.
Arms for a podcaster. If you like this show, please go to sovcast.tumblr.com. That's SOVCAST.tumblr.com and look for the donate button. It's right there at the top. I'll just wait. Hello? Now it's time for hard thrusting news. Why do I call it hard thrusting news? Because it's hard to find a news story where someone isn't getting fucked.
You get up and howl about America and democracy.
Well, a very, very heavy debatation.
It's hard to talk when you're teabagging.
Fucking Bill O'Reilly sucks. Tonight's forecast,
dark. Continue dark tonight, turning to partly light in the morning.
I'm Ron Burgundy. Go fuck yourselves.
Hey, what's happening, man?
Dean and Ventura have to put up with an SE cup of bullshit.
It's already been passed. It's the law.
That's right.
How can these guys defy the law? The law is passed. Both houses passed it.
You think they're afraid it's going to work?
Supreme Court said okay.
Yeah, the
And there was
president
a
signed it,
presidential
and the
election on
Supreme
it.
Court said it's fine.
Do you think they're afraid of it working?
Yes. And the thing they need to remember, this is Obama's legacy. So if it's so bad, why don't they hang him with it?
You don't think there's a contingent of Republicans who fundamentally believe that Obamacare is a moral hazard that will bankrupt the country? You don't believe that there's any authenticity anywhere?
I think these wars will bankrupt the country
That's
a whole
another
lot
question.
more than Obamacare
It's a fair
will.
point, but it's another question.
And I bet you they would all vote to go to war,
But you're
wouldn't they? Iraq, they had no problem.
that every Republican who opposes Obamacare does so simply because it has the president's name on it and because they actually think it will work.
I actually think that there are probably a few people worried about the deficit. I think on the Republican Party, there's such a hatred of Barack Obama that, in fact, they are motivated more by hate than what's good for this country.
Do you think that that's a productive thing to say, though? I mean, let's talk about rhetoric. We have Democrats calling Tea Partiers anarchists and jihadists. Harry Reid actually apologized today for the lack of civility. What good does that kind of rhetoric do when we're all trying to get to a place of compromise and agreement?
Because it's the truth. I've never been in a scene before in politics where there was a whole crew of people on the Republican side, or any side, who denied that the President of the United States was an American citizen. You got to call this what it is. This is hate. It's anti-immigrant. They're anti-gay. They're anti-secularist. And I don't think we can give in.
Well, let me just show you as just a point of evidence here. I am a Republican who is an atheist, who is pro-gay rights, pro-gay marriage.
Sure.
There are plenty like me.
There are
plenty like me, and it's incredibly irresponsible for you to paint an entire party, and in fact more than half the country, with that kind of brush.
They're doing that themselves. I'm not painting that way.
They, writ large, are not. I will grant you that there have been some bad messengers in the party.
Man, I wish Howard Dean would run for president again, but I'm very happy Bernie Sanders is running. And I'd take Jesse Ventura over any Republican candidate.